Grand Prix Racing, we thank them. Ready to and reliable diamond tool. Coming up on 23 seconds to the 5K, Brewer. I said this morning you were going to be the busiest person in Southern California. I think you have done it. I know you like to exercise a lot. Trust me, the aerobics for the day are in the rearview mirror. You've got it done, girl. Good job today.
My Fitbit has burnt a hole in my wrist with as many times as I've had to go up and down this tower, out to the outboards.
About 5 minutes on green flag on the course.
All right, green flag, Brad loose. Let's watch these guys as they make their way off of the docks and out onto the course here at Mission Bay. First one, be out on the course. It's going to be the Premonition, driven by John Griggs. Kent Henderson, our Canadian driver, makes his way out onto the course, feathered that throttle just a little bit, and gave his poor crew a little bit of a bath on the dock.
Yeah, Kent Henderson, the second boat away from the dock. The first one, John Griggs, as Kate said. John Griggs away from the dock in the G7, the Hammock Construction, and John Jenkins Eco Engineering. Take a look at that white boat as he goes around the lower end of the race course. If this boat looks a little bit different, oh, it is. This is what we call a Staudacher hull. And if you could come into the pit area, I would really show you some dramatic differences between this boat and the other hydroplanes that are here this weekend. But let me suffice it to say, this is the only boat here that has an outbound skid fin on the left side. The skid fin actually is about 1.5 feet off of the sponson. I keep talking about skid fins being at the trailing edge of the sponson. This one's way outside the sponson. If you get a chance to take a look at it, do so. Away from the dock, the GP15. It's owned by Hop Racing and Jerry Hop out of Snohomish, Washington. The boat is driven by Greg Hop. Sponsored this weekend by A&G Metalworks, Dinko, and Throttle Up. All three of our boats are on the water, K. Brewer. 2:45 to the start.
And as the minutes tick away on your clock, the wind is getting fresher and fresher. It is starting to really come across that start-finish line and down that backstretch. This is going to make a key factor out here as these three make their way across the course for a 3-lap heat.
Going to be interesting here. Keep an eye on Kent Henderson in this one. He had a tough go in the last heat. Had the call go against him. Not a bad call, but the call went against him. He ran very, very strong. I think he'd like to make up for that this time, coming up on 2:10. 2:10 to the start. That is Kent right here at the entrance pin to the upper corner. And every time that boat goes out in the water, I have to say it, man, I like this one. That is a good-looking hydroplane.
It definitely sticks out in the crowd with that bright orange. And Kent Henderson is loving this ride. But we're going to keep our eyes back down as they come down that backstretch. Look at the rooster tails once again. And it almost looks like Greg Hop is fighting to keep the boat in the backstretch. It keeps pushing him in towards the inside of the field because they've got such a breeze going down that backstretch.
Coming up on about 30. As Greg Hop goes inside John Grigg at the top end of the race course. Grigg leaves the lane open for him. Kent Henderson's down at the bottom of the race course, not moving very quickly down there. He's a little bit on the early side. Let's see if he wants to do anything fancy. I don't think so. I think he will be okay as they go down to the bottom end of the race course. We're approaching 1 minute. Here's the actual countdown. There you heard it from the officials, 1 minute, and they need to be at the start-finish line at full song. Kent Henderson is going to be okay in the GPN. It's the Charger. It's sponsored by El Centro Ford, Rogers & Clem CPA Group. But, Kate Brewer, I like when they call it the Freak. And I think this time you're going to see Kent Henderson wind up the Freak If I got to bet, that's where I'm going.
3 wide coming down the backstretch. It looks to be like Kent on the inside, Greg Hopp on the middle, and all the way out on the outside is going to be that Premonition boat. Look at the rooster tail and the skid fin on that one.
Yeah, we were talking about them being early. I think now they're going to be late. It's time to go. 17 seconds until the start. We're still, it's time to go. It's 12 seconds for the Unlimiteds. We're already at 10 as they come off that exit pin and start running down. Wind them up, guys. Here we go. We are 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 mark. And we are racing here in Heat 2B of the Grand Prix America Hydroplane race in Heat 2B. It is sponsored by Reliable Diamond 2 down on the lower end of the race course. Who we got coming out of there? Is that Kent? I do believe it is Kent Henderson driving the freak, and he's driving it extremely fast. I said last time he had freaky speed. He's got it. He's rolling again, Kay.
Well, Greg Hopp is still hot to trot on his outside hip, and that A&G's Metalworks. Greg Hopp with a lot of experience in driving, but Henderson is going to give you a good start because we just got word from the officials. It is a good start as they start to complete 1 of 3 laps here in our Grand Prix.
Kent Henderson off the top end of the race course. He'll come down and put 1 in the books just like that. It doesn't take very long when you're driving one of these great big monsters. Kent Henderson driving the Charger, El Centro, Ford, Rogers, and Clem CPA Group. He's got about a 3 rooster tail lead already on the hopper as he is down at the lower end of the race course. Turn 1, as we like to call it, on this 2-turn super speedway here on Mission Bay. Off the exit pin, slides out to about lane 1, maybe 1.5. But it's a good line. He's all by himself, and he is halfway up the backstretch. Okay, a lap and a half in, a lap and a half still to go. Looking pretty good for Kent Henderson.
Kent Henderson coming into turn number 2. As you can see, he's still hammering it down. All 1,500 horsepower being pushed through that boat as he goes to the apex. But we might have a race for second and third because it looks like Greg is starting to close the gap between him and Greg Hopp.
Yeah, John Gregg's doing a nice job in that Hammock Construction, John Jenkins Eco Engineering boat, the GP7. That is where the best racing is right now. He's driving a wide line on the outside in third place, but he's got his sights set on Greg Hopp driving that A&G Metalworks down the front straightaway. They put 2 in the books. Look at the straightaway speed that Griggs has got. He's having some trouble, I think, in the corners competing with Greg, but on the chutes, he is showing some good chute speed. Now he's into the rooster tail down at the bottom end of the race course. That is going to be our race, Kay. Up the backstretch, it is our leader, Kent Henderson. But watch the race for second because there is Greg. Bring him up the backstretch, Kay.
John Griggs is on the outside, and he has hit the turbine button in that Premonition boat. Here he comes, Greg Hopp, as they come flying down the backstretch, side by side, nose to nose. And Griggs is not giving up easy. Greg Hopp has got a lot of that Premonition sitting on his back hip.
Top end of the race course. For the final time around, it is Kent Henderson going to come down and pick up the checkered flag off the top end of the race course. Looks like Greg Hopp has found enough beans, but the straightaway is where Greg starts to make his move. This is going to be very, very close. Our angle is not good, but I believe it will go to Greg Hopp and the A&G Metalworks, the GP15. That was some good racing.
Wow, that he was close. He was coming up and unfortunately ran out of time. But John Griggs gave himself a good fight with Greg Hopp.
So the finish on the water was indeed GP10, as we said, with Kent Henderson. Second place, as we thought, went to Greg Hopp in the GP15, and it was John Grigg gave it a heck of a run in that GP7, the Premonition, Hammock Construction, John Jenkins Eco Engineering. That was good boat racing right there. Boats are coming back to the pit area. Kent Henderson's got to be happy. We think he's clean this time. We'll monitor the official radio, but I think this one he's got. Our Kay Brewer has already vacated the tower. She'll go down and see Mr. Henderson.